Killed or disabled in a single day. We can't carry on like that. We need a solution. So the call comes out for a machine gun destroyer. That's the phrase used by Churchill. And it's got to do effectively three things. It's got to take terrain, the shell holes, the mud. It has got to be able to squash the barbed wire to let the infantry through. Because trenches won't be cleared by tanks, they'll be cleared by the PDI, the Port Bloody Infantry, with the bayonet and the grenade. And it's got to be able to knock out machine guns. Now, nobody's built one of these before. It takes a while to get something together. If you've seen Little Willie in the museum, that's the world's first sort of practical attempt at a tank. What you see behind me now is a replica. This was actually built for the film Warhorse of a British Mark IV heavy tank. It's a very good replica. This looks and moves exactly like the real thing. So we have dug-in German infantry over on that side of the arena, in their trenches, in your mind. And the Mark IV is coming forward with infantry behind. It's a mixed company of Devons, Dorsets, and Duke of Cornwall's light infantry. Now that tank is slow, only about 2 miles an hour across country, but that doesn't really matter, because its job is to go forward, provide cover for the infantry, and knock out the enemy positions. That's a male, 26-pounder guns and Swansons either side, weighs about 28 tons, so we'll flatten the barbed wire, inside a crew of 8. The tanks coming forward, the infantry are coming under fire. They have gone into cover, they're coming forward behind the tank. It's like having an immense armoured shield moving in front of you. Tank's coming forward, she is going to head straight for those enemy positions. The enemy is continuing to fire, brave German Lancers. These things are terrifying. Imagine seeing one of those coming towards you. She's opened up with her 6 pounds. 6-pound common shell, high explosive shell. Infantry moving up in cover of the tank, getting closer now. The first time that German infantry actually came across tanks, they were utterly petrified. They didn't know what things were. German NCO actually ran off down the trench shouting, "The crocodile tank." And the enemy are retreating with a Lewis gun. He has taken up a flanking position, Lewis gun, light machine gun, some extra firepower other than the rifle, the SMLE, carried by the British infantry. Now, we've got another armoured vehicle. Now, I said that one was a replica. This is the real deal. It makes me immensely happy to see this little Renault FT tank coming towards us, more than 100 years old. About 3,000 of these are built by Renault, by the French company, and they are a different kettle of fish to British heavy tank. Weighs about 7.5 tons, not much faster, about 3.5 miles an hour, and machine gun armed with a crew of 2. But the thing about this, the little Renault FT sets the pattern for every tank afterwards. It's got an engine at the back, the crew at the front, and it's got a traversable turret with either a machine gun or a 37mm Puto cannon. It's a cracking little vehicle, and these are in service for a long time. Built 1917, 1918, they're still around during World War II. In fact, some of them were captured by the German army and used as Reuterpanzer. The FT is coming forward, and the 2 tanks will now close in on the enemy position. The enemy has drawn back to a second line, but they're still fighting, they're still firing. As the Renault goes past, you can see she's got a tail skid at the back to help her cross trenches. It looks like she's got suspension. I don't think the enemy can stand too much more of this. As the tank goes forward, our infantry will close in behind. And imagine that tank going forward, crushing the wire, crushing those entanglements, and have to loom up above your trench. Terrifying experience if you're on the other side. Infantry moving forward, using a bit of fire and movement, and they are closing in on that German trench, that final position, the second trench line. Wisely keeping in the shelter of the tank. Tanks are not invulnerable. That Mark IV's got armour about 12mm thick. That will keep out small arms, it will keep out machine gun or rifle fire. But if a shell comes along, something like a German 77mm, it will smash that into blazing scrap iron. So going to war in a tank, you need some guts to do that, as you still do. Our infantry have taken the German position, the enemy had very wisely withdrawn. And the two tanks are coming in to finish things off. That essentially is the origin of armoured warfare in the First World War. Tanks, they're not like modern tanks, they're not fast-moving weapons of exploitation. If you want to liken the First World War tank to anything, it's a bit like a medieval siege tower. That thing that you push up to your opponent's castle walls and knock them down. Slow, lumbering, but they did the job. And for that time, in the space of about 18 months. Massive boost to the war effort. The might of American industry. So if you've been behind the lines, you've seen an awful lot of this sort of stuff going on. You've seen a variety of different motorised vehicles. The scale of logistics is absolutely huge. If I just give you one statistic, you don't need to remember it. One type of British gun, the 18-pounder field gun. One type amongst many, just used by the British Army. 110 million rounds of that gun were produced in the space of 4 years. And 98 million of them were used. The military truck is making her way off. Do go, when you've got a moment, go and have a look at the First World War encampment, and the trench system, and the dugout, and the hospital. Rowley has done a superb job. There's a reproduction 8-inch howitzer. It really is worth going to have a look at. And I'm going to put in one more little plug for one individual, Staff Sergeant Ches Cherrett.